Just the stream.
So we on it now.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to everybody for coming back. We had a couple technical difficulties with anybody. Anyway, they don't know. They don't even know because we went live. So shout out to y'all. Shout out to us again for coming back. Shout out to y'all for coming back to visit us. You can follow us on Brain Flood YouTube. Subscribe. My name is Christian God. You can follow me on all platforms. SCREECHDAGOD. Follow my man Big Vontae on all platforms.
Instagram and Twitter. And Snapchat.
Is it Big Vontae on Snapchat? Yeah. So why you didn't tell me all this? I could have been saying Yeah, so follow my man on all platforms.
PS4, PS5, Xbox One.
You should have told me this whole time.
Series
I'm thinking it's only Instagram. I'm like, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If y'all good on anything, my man is gonna beat y'all. Just know that. Big Vontae.
Starting that streaming channel, you know what I'm saying? Real soon.
We'll be coming for y'all, bro.
Follow the GOAT. Follow the GOAT Wall Street Quan, man. If y'all need any advice,
yes, sir.
But you must pay to get advice. All right, don't just jump on there thinking you're gonna get advice on the Wall Street stuff. My man gonna get it to you. Gotta pay for that.
I got y'all, man.
Shout out y'all, all the people that's do-rag rapping, man. Get y'all, let my man know what's up about them do-rags, man. You know he's swimming.
Yeah, I'm swimming up here, man. Look for me, man. I got you.
If y'all watching us right now on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, make sure y'all subscribe, like, comment. We appreciate y'all. You know, just gonna say that out loud like that. But we appreciate y'all for coming through. Today we're gonna get into some interesting topics. But we want, I want to say shout out to y'all. This 12 episodes, right? I mean, we've been doing it 4 months. You know, we're gonna get it going. Y'all know we've been consistent. Let's keep it consistent, guys. I appreciate y'all, man. You know, 12 month anniversary. I'm gonna say 12 month, our 4th month anniversary, 12 episode anniversary. Stop playing, y'all know what I'm saying. Yeah, so I got a question for y'all though. I want to know what's a lesson that you learned, whether it's new, whether it's old. What's a good lesson that you learned that you keep? You know what I'm saying? Like there's something that you would teach, whether it's to your kid, to somebody else. Like it don't gotta be to a kid. It could be anybody, a person. Something that you learned that you like, man. That's something I gotta hold and make sure I give to other people.
Go ahead.
I
need time to think.
Well, me, because I've been thinking about this for a while. I just, you said, what would I change, right?
Nah, like what lesson did you learn?
What lesson did I learn?
That you kind of like took with you.
Yeah, that you took with you that you give to somebody else.
I learned more about budgeting. That way you can get to where you need to be in life. They say money isn't everything. You know, some people say that, but money gets you power. Money gets you whatever you need. And I feel like once you learn about how to preserve it, you know what I mean, you benefit from that. And I think that it should be taught in schools more so on a
just budgeting period.
On not just on one side of the time, but on every part of the time.
Mm-hmm.
That way we can all benefit from it. That way it can start a generational curse.
Do you feel like when it comes to that generational curses, do you think generational curses is only come from that mode or just financially? Like the curse is just financial? Do you think the generational curse that we have is deeper than just money too?
I say it's just a cycle of everything. It's like a little bit of everything. That way it'd be more like a big picture than it, but it's smaller than what it really is. But we don't really take time out to actually see what's going on. Well, some people, and then they be frivolous and doing other shit like frivolous spending and not really know what's going on. And some people actually do that shit to heal, you know. But
but is that a bigger problem than just the budgeting period, or is that like?
I think it depends on the person.
Separate thing, yeah.
I think that depends on the person.
How you feel? You feel like what you think about what he said though? What you think about what he said?
I feel like that is a lesson that we all should like. Yeah. You know, I feel like we all witness each other. Mm-hmm. You know, struggle with budgeting in some type. You know, in some way. Yeah. You know, so. Maybe you know what I'm saying. I was telling one of my coworkers today. I was telling her, you know, shout out to her. I ain't gonna say her name because I don't know how she feel about that. But shout out to my coworker. I was telling her like we got our refund checks, right? Probably when we got a refund check, and it was like one of the big ones. And I remember like you brought like you know what I'm saying, you brought like your equipment. And I remember I was thinking like I don't got nothing to invest in that I can buy.
You said you were saying it to her?
Yeah, like I was saying, like, and I was just thinking about it, like, you know, like that was like one of the smartest things that I like that you did. Not like saying, you know what I'm saying, but I'm saying like that was like something wise that you did, you know. It's like you investing in yourself, you know, like you putting your money into this so you can, you know, man, you know, but I don't have nothing that.
Or you ain't see nothing that you could have.
Yeah, like what can I, you know, I'm gonna get a new controller. Could have got that without this refund check. Got the shoes probably the same way, you know. I don't know, but I don't know. It's like, well, I think like now, like when we trying to do this YouTube thing, like me trying to do this YouTube thing, like I feel like I probably should have got me like a real nice MacBook. Yeah, that started. You know what I'm saying? You know, I could have borrowed your mic. You see what I'm saying? And it could have, you know, we probably could have been making skits. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We had access to like different people, so we don't have to always be just six of the same people. It can be like. We can get like other like Ashanti Fatim, you know what I'm saying? Like Jordan Alasia, you know what I'm saying? Like other than Jordan Alasia's and Jay, we can get like Fatim, we can get Nita, Corey, you know, we can get so many different things, get so many different episodes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If
we would have taken advantage of
same thing I always think about like with your music videos, you know what I'm saying? Like we should did one that girl, like at that cookout.
Yeah, exactly. Or the parties that we had up there, we could have just the experience that we
I'd have put it on. I'd have put it all on YouTube. I'd have put all that on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I feel like you know, budgeting, you know, it's something that's big that they should do a class on budgeting. But what age do you think? Like what grade?
I feel young.
What grade though?
I'd probably say
I think
4th grade.
I say 8th. Dang.
I was about to say 8th. I'll say 8th or 9th. But I say 9th grade because I feel like when you young, I don't think we should be putting
that much pressure on a kid.
Yeah. I feel like the kids have to want to spend money on toys. Like we gotta let them be kids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think when you get to that 9th grade, then when you start focusing on what school you gonna go to or what you gonna do when you leave here, because that's when they start introducing you to trades and shit like that. When you're in 9th grade, the army comes to start talking to you. That's when they need to be telling you about budgeting, so you would know when I leave here what job I would take for my budgeting plans or for whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So I think 9th grade absolutely should be where you should go at. You know what I'm saying? For that type of for that type of stuff. 9th grade, I think. Because 8th grade, you just want to buy the snacks. You don't really want. You know what I'm saying? You ain't thinking. You want to buy whatever that's new out. You ain't thinking the games, TV shows, concerts and shit. Even in high school, you think about that. So I feel like budgeting, we got to start giving them time to spend their money so they'll understand. You know, get that out of them, because you know you get a lot of people who ain't never had stuff. When they get that money, then they blow it all away instantly.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So you of course you want to let them know the feeling of spending on themselves early on. You know what I'm saying? So when they get to them points, they don't feel that neglect.
And I think like they appreciate things more.
Yeah.
Because they pay for it.
Yeah.
And they'll understand budgeting with it, and they'll help when, cause like all of us ain't grew up with like, you know, like everything wasn't always taken care of. You know, sometimes.
Right, exactly.
So I feel like if we could have helped a little bit, like here you go $100. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I still got another $100. You know, it would been like those little things would help. Oh, nah, Mom, I'm gonna buy my school shoes. If you can just buy my supplies, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you'll take that, like at 14, 15, you saying these things. And I know some people did, because some people did, you know, but, you know, like, you know, it just teach you like how to budget and how to grow up, you know, like put what's important first and do, you know, what's important is that my family comfortable with it. I'm comfortable with it. I'm not as, you know, as a school man wearing the same stuff I had last year, making sure I got a haircut.
Right.
Or I got my hair done. You know?
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. Helping I say in my point of view, I was in certain stuff I had to just, like you say, it wasn't done for us anyway. So I wasn't, even when it was like, oh, let me help Mom, like I just was like, certain shit I was gonna have to do anyway. You know what I'm saying? So I get what you're saying, but I feel like that still wasn't our position.
It wasn't, but it would put our mind that
it would have eased our mind for us because we was in the situation. But when you were a kid, and if things is going properly, not even because the shit that we was going through is stuff that kids shouldn't go through. Like it's normal for our generation. It's normal for us to notice it, but it's not what you should be going through. You know what I'm saying, as a kid. So I feel like, I feel like the school shouldn't be teaching you about. I don't know. I want to say school shouldn't teach you the way we was raised because the way we was raised shouldn't be the standard.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the shit we went through shouldn't be the standard, but it is. So it's like, oh, we don't know about budgeting, and all that stuff, but it's the norm. Nobody know about budgeting. You know what I'm saying?
And it's like, man, we got this job to offer.
I feel like we should be getting taught on how it's supposed to be or how to make it better instead of being taught on exactly what it is. You know what I'm saying? Well, shit, since don't nobody know budgeting anyway, well, let's not really give them information on it. You know what I'm saying? It should be like, oh, since don't nobody know about budgeting, let's teach them more about it and get them into that, you know?
Yeah, I just want to help them
that was a
understand
good
how
lesson, though, budgeting.
Yeah. Just want to help understand how, teach people how money really works. You know what I'm saying? The ones who do the frivolous spending, shit like that. So,
or at least recognize where they get you.
Yeah.
Because some people, I feel like a lot of people are aware of their actions. And they just don't care.
Some people don't.
But some people just don't know. Like some people,
But see, we all dig a hole until they realize that.
But some people don't care.
I know, but I'm saying they still digging that hole.
I'm gonna tell you this though, because I had this conversation or been having this conversation with somebody, and I realized that a lot of times people who feel like some people dig holes for themselves, thinking they digging other people out.
How you said about lifting somebody up and then they tipping over with them, right?
Yeah. Like, so it's like some people, to them, the budget could be something, but them helping somebody else is more important.
Right.
And they don't know that they digging into that hole, but they know that they helping.
Right.
And then when they get into that point of realizing, like, oh, now I need help.
Right.
You too deep in that hole.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, it's not something that I feel like we should just blame. And I know you weren't doing that, but I was talking, but like, just like, hey, we all kind of, that's why I asked you, do you think the budget is it just budgeting, or do you think the generational curse is a whole lot of more shit? Because I think that budgeting is a piece of it, but it's so much stuff that go around why we spend money and why we don't save money, and there's so much stuff that go, like us just wanting to please each other or please make motherfuckers think that we better than what we is, so we not budgeting because of that, like you were saying, like just spending money on stuff we shouldn't.
I was just saying, like, my whole thing with me is I just don't want to live longer than my savings. You know what I'm saying? I'm dead ass serious.
I ain't never heard that before.
I'm
That's
serious,
hard.
bro. I don't want to live longer than my savings, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying.
I never heard that before.
Real life, be good for my kids and my grandkids and shit, man.
We got, man. Make sure you post that you said that. Like, a screen recorder and post that. That's definitely something.
If you really think about it,
say that.
Huh?
Yeah,
your caption.
Yeah, but because if you really think about it, a lot of people do that though. They live longer than they savings, and that's when they be like, damn. They realize they need help, but they've been doing it for so long. Not saying all people do that, but for the ones that do, I'm talking about that.
We speaking for the ones who've been too quiet to really get there. Like most of our podcasts, most of our stuff that we're gonna be talking or getting off, we gotta have a message, right? That's what they say. But our audience, the audience really be the people who ain't really got to say much, but they had a lot to say. That's who we talk to, you know what I'm saying? Because we was those people who was quiet and had to evaluate and observe so much stuff that now we got a chance, and it's our chance that we taking ourselves to talk. And there's a lot of people who don't get that chance or don't take them steps to talk or feel like they can't say certain things. You know what I'm saying? And we the ones that's like, nah, man, you know what? Hey, if you gotta tell a nigga no because you can't do it, tell a motherfucker no because you can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes it might hurt to say no at that point, but you don't know how many things that done saved you or helped you because you wasn't in the right place at the right time. So, like, you know, so you wasn't there.
Yeah.
So it's like, man, you got the budgeting to me is helpful and all that shit, but it's more mental.
Yeah, I
You know
agree.
what I'm saying? It's
I
more
agree.
mental. It's more, to me, it's more like, man, you gotta understand. You gotta understand what it is about saving it first, and you gotta understand what it is about helping motherfuckers before it get to money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Cause I can save all this money. Cause that's my issue too. When it comes to saving money, I'll be like, man, all right, I got this amount of money in my account. All right, I can help with this amount of money then. So let me go. You know what I'm saying? I just start spending money recklessly, helping motherfuckers, whether it's homeless people, whether it's kids or whatever, donations, recklessly helping motherfuckers, and then they get to a point where the budget is met, and I'm like, oh, but I ain't get to help this 3 extra people, so I gotta go over the budget.
Right.
Then, you know what I'm saying? So I get that, and then I don't realize like, hey, I can't make that back as fast as I gave it away. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't in them positions, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's mental. It got to be one of the things of, all right, you know, I can't help this kid right now with this toy or this money,
Right.
but I can help by encouraging or doing some other shit. You know what I'm saying? It got to be ways where we put ourselves physically before the money for the budget to be able to save. Sometimes we gonna have to work harder, you know what I'm saying, and not look at the money, and just your back just got hurt and you feel like you ain't spent no money, than for you to spend all your money and your back still hurt because you work for it. You know what I'm saying?
Because when you get to the top, man, you start drinking from that water. It tastes good. You know what I'm saying? When you pass somebody else, it ain't gonna taste as good.
Cause it's all preference.
That's what I'm saying.
Palate. Yeah. What's the lesson you learned, man? I knew you was going past it. This nigga. All right, man. The lesson I learned, man. The lesson I learned is you never know the position somebody else would be in tomorrow. Right? So you never treat nobody without a position any type of way. Like, so it's like, if man, you never like that day we met, the first day at Baloo, you know what I'm saying? We became cool, but when we first met, it was all odds.
It was like weird,
weird. You know what I'm saying? It was like, you know. So I feel like when I walked in the classroom the second time or the second day when you got the history class, we met at high school.
We should tell that. You should tell that story real quick.
All right,
because it's quick.
It's a quick, yeah. So when I walked in, basically I was at Baloo for a semester prior or a year before him.
Right.
And he got there, and I walk in, and the teacher was new too. You probably know that, but the teacher
was new.
Yeah, he was new.
Oh.
So it was kind of weird for me because I knew all the teachers. Because it was a small area. You know what I'm saying? I knew all the teachers. All the teachers taught everybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you get there and hear a new teacher, I'm like, all right, I'm nervous with the teacher, but then I turn around and I don't know nobody here either. But I see him, you know what I'm saying? And I could tell the way he looked at me and the way I looked, that we kind of
thinking
the same thing. Yeah. Like, man, yeah, this nigga.
Yeah, one of them, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, because our neighborhoods, where we from type stuff is like your perception. So it's more so like, all right, we knew we was getting ourselves into in a way.
Yeah, like
I'm gonna have to watch this, man.
Yeah.
You know, for real. And to go back to my what I'm saying is, you never know what position people be in. He ended up leaving that class.
I had another class.
So I ended up having the same class that he had though. So we
both didn't belong in that class.
Yeah, we both didn't belong in there. We ended up going to the same class. When I walked in there, it was only one seat open.
And it was right beside me.
It was beside him. And I was like, right, and now it's 8 years later and shit. Yeah. How many of you?
We was talking. I'm like, "Oh, you cool?" You know
what I'm saying? Like, cool, dude. You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Man, I know you always be wearing hats." I'm like, I got a little hat and stuff, you know. But we was just having conversations, and like I say, it's been history.
Every day we hung out from there. Every day.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a lesson I learned. Like, don't do that. Like, just because you see somebody and you feel like,
like kind of like don't judge a book by its cover.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You know, we all subconsciously do that.
Yeah, we do it, but I mean, like, to a point where Miss Hayes let us sit in the back where the computer was at. So I could have said, "Nah, I'm not sitting by that nigga." just because I already had a preconceived, like, let me just stick to it because I knew he was thinking the same thing. So it's no need to even address it or make it better because I seen it. I'm like, fuck him too then. If he feel like that, you know what I'm saying? But I knew, like, at that point in time, it was something that was like, man, sit there, like.
Oh, you ain't talking about the Big Tay 12.
Oh yeah, so we was when we first met the first day of class, and we was looking, feeling how we felt. I was like, man, no, it's part of the story. It's part of the story.
I know.
Part of the story.
But and it's important though.
I know.
It's important. It's an important part of the story.
Yeah, it's an important part
that I left out. So basically, I sit down and I see him, and he had on foam posits. I had on New Balance. So if you were in DC at the time, foam posits, Jordans, and New Balance. These are the things like, and you fit the mode or whoever that you fit the vibe. Like, all right, something shiesty around this motherfucker, right? So, your teacher asking us for, he like, man, when I
write your contact
down because sometimes I might not be able to make it. I might and we're going through everything, and I get him my professional one. Say I'm like Jamal Boyd 17 at Gmail. You know what I'm saying? And he go, Big Tay 12 at Yahoo.com, and I'm like, man, this nigga is a clown.
Yeah,
like,
he go. That's it. But that was your perception. Like, oh, he cool.
That's what broke it down for me. That's what broke it down. So when I got to history class and I seen that seat,
it wasn't too
wasn't too hard because I'm like, oh, he like his email was just Big Tay. So like it ain't nothing like.
I had enough email, but I always went by that email. That's probably why I ain't get no job.
Yeah. It was funny, bro. I was playing for drinks, and I was like. I'm like, why don't nobody? When I email them, we be talking, they always seem like it go wrong, right? And when I realized a lady was telling me that when I email people would come in and screech to God. So they looking like, nigga, what? Who is this? Like, like, man, why I can't get no job? My resume fitted. They like, nigga, we not hiring screech to God. I never knew that. Yeah, but that's what it was. His joint said Big Tay 12, and I'm like, oh, this man is a clown. Like he ain't, what I'm saying? He ain't no rah nothing.
He like one of the funny dudes.
Yeah, he a cool dude. I thought you was like a funny dude. Like, you is funny though, brother. But I'm like, oh, he one of them.
I ain't that funny, bro.
Don't let that get to you, bro. You is funny, man.
I ain't funny.
Y'all niggas hilarious, man.
Yeah. But so we got the history class, and like you say, everyday sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And
but you get why the story was important.
Mm-hmm. What made me
you see how you say the perception was like his perception, like how he looked at himself.
Say that y'all was
like
so
you kind of
conscious.
stand off. It's like, you know what I'm saying. But then it's like when he asked my email and he like, who's Big Tay 12? And I'm like, that's me. He probably like, oh, he cool. You know what I'm saying? Right. But if that never happened, he probably would have never sat beside me.
Exactly.
Or you know what I'm saying? He probably would have been like, nah, I'm just going to sit in the back because I don't know, I don't know this nigga like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? But when that back kind of broke the ice,
right?
Because I probably thought like, man, I'm like, you better not sit right here. I don't know a nigga like that. You know what I'm saying? But he probably like, I don't know anything. I ain't about to sit right there. And we probably never would have happened.
Yeah, the class was so cluttered though that remember Tara had to sit on the other side of you, like.
Mm-hmm. And Janae was right there.
Yeah, it was right on the front of me.
Yeah.
So it was like,
and it was for the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, she asked for the Wi-Fi. No, she turned. What happened was me and you was talking, and I was like, we was talking about girls, like just the relationship of boys and girls, like being friends and stuff like that. We was talking about best friends and connecting with girls and shit, right? And I was like, man, it's kind of easy for me to just be a friend. Like it's cool. Like I know how to be a friend. You know what I'm saying? We was talking, and I was like. I said something. I was like, look at her right there. And it was talking about the girl, Janae, right? My best friend. So I say, look at her. Before she was my best friend, right? She had just sat right there. Yeah. I was like, look at her. I can be her best friend. I can make her my best friend. And he was laughing, but it was a joke. It wasn't something that I was like, I can make her my best friend. If we really wanted to get into it, so I can make her my best friend. And then like a day later, she turned around and was like, can I, like, when y'all got the Wi-Fi here? And I'm like, man, it's school. Like, ain't no motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no Wi-Fi. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but we did have like a little connection. So I had it on my drink. Her phone wouldn't connect or something. So I gave her my iPod. I was like, go ahead, you can use that. Right? And me and her became friends and shit. And I told her, I was like, told you. Like I could do it if I want, you know what I'm saying? But me and her real close friends, right? Like I told you, if I really wanted to do it, you know, that's my man, you know. But I think it was because she was like at this point in time, it was the gays, like the dykes and all that was coming out. We was talking about being cool with just like that stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was all right. And I was like, I could be cool with them and it's not going to be no type of watch. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's easy. And then I did it. And it wasn't something that was planned, though. It was something that just was like, whatever. But, like I say, them perceptions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Them perceptions. And my perception of her, big ass feet, my perception of her was... My perception of her was it's gonna be hard to even communicate, but when she turned around, like, yeah, I know them. Like, oh, this gonna be easy to be friends with her. You know what I'm saying? Because she's looking for Wi-Fi. You in the middle of class, like, you know what I'm
saying? The Coco came.
Coco was in the back. Coco was sat in the back. Shout out to Coco, man.
Coco. Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, I
sat in the back where the computers was at, and then Ashley and everybody remember what's her name came out said she was gay in the class. They was like, we need two lies. No, is it two lies and the truth? It was Patrice. Yeah. Oh yeah. And she was like, well, and Miss Hayes was reading it, and I'm coming out as a lesbian. And everybody was like, what? Yeah, like, what? Is this part of the class?
What is Miss Hayes?
She never Waldorf. That's all I know, man.
What was her name? Like Rainbow
Flower or
she had like a name to call her back in the day.
It was something we called her Miss Hayes Flavor.
Flavor.
She was cool though. She was like,
that's what she told us. She used to call her Flavor.
She wanted to be young. She wanted to be young. Like, she was young though, but she wanted to fit in young. Like, she wanted us to know, like, she with the vibes. Like y'all need some help, come talk to me. Like, she was cool, but she just was that, flavor. That shout out to Miss Hayes. I seen her at she was with her daughter at and then she got pregnant. Yeah, she was with her daughter at the mall. I seen her, Miss Hayes. She remembered me though. She was present to see me. Oh my God, Jamal. Yeah. Shout out Miss Hayes, man. Shout out Miss Smith. Shout out everybody. But that's a lesson I learned though. Like, it's don't judge a book by its cover, but it's more so like just be open to life for real.
Mm-hmm.
Be open to life because you don't know. Like, you never know what it is that. My lesson that I learned is you don't know what it is that's going to come tomorrow. So you don't know what it. Like, I remember saying to people, I never get a mohawk, I never dye my hair, I never wear Uggs, and I did all that. I wore mohawk, I dyed my hair, I got Uggs, 2 pairs. You know what I'm saying? Like I always said, I ain't doing that. And I did it. So you don't know what you would not do. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who you would not be cool with. If you get that opportunity to provide or get something or do something that's positive, you don't know what's next. Like, that shit could happen. You know what I'm saying? So many things that I did, like when I did the fashion show and I dyed my beard green. It was the spray paint dye though, but I would have never. I mean, I dyed it gold. I would have never did that. It was not something that I would have never did, but it was something that before then I was like, man, I want to do something that I wouldn't do. Like, what's something I wouldn't do? And then they had that opportunity. So I'm like, man, I could be the tough guy and say, I'm not doing this. Or I could just have the experience. You know what I'm saying? And I realized
and determine whether you like it or not.
Yeah. And I realized people was like Fred and Ant was gonna do the fashion show with me, but they was doing it with me. And they was having a good time. So y'all gonna have that good experience. Because
I ain't do the fashion show.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so imagine if I would have said nah, they wouldn't have, you wouldn't have went. Yeah, you ain't want to do it, man. It's cool. He wouldn't have Destry did it. Destry did it. That table though. That table shit with Destry did it. Yeah. But you would have died. You would have been died though. But that's what I'm saying. Like, if I don't do it, then they don't do it. Now they don't have that experience. They don't have that fun. You know what I'm saying? We don't get those pictures. I just posted the pictures last week or last month or something from the fashion show, and that was 5-6 years ago.
You see you comment, and I was like, look at the background.
I seen you.
Yeah, right in the front row, man.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if I don't take them chances, then it's other people that is going with me, or even when me and you helping the kids out and stuff. If I don't do that, then you don't even feel like, all right, I'm gonna do it because I'm all doing it. So now them experiences that we have, we don't pass them on to the kids. So the kids don't have that good experience that they have. I remember when I went to such and such, and they had Dr. Seuss little reader book offs and shit. It wouldn't have been that because we would have not went. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that experience of just doing it, living life, going for it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Wanting it, trying to want it. You with me? So that's the lesson I learned on, man. What y'all think about that?
That's tough.
That's tough. What?
Because like,
yeah, I thought you. I didn't know who was going.
Yeah, I thought he was about to go.
What?
Like, it sounds like it's like taking risk. You know what I'm saying? Like don't try to dead something before you even try, because you may grow to like it. You know, like kind of like jumping out your shell. You know, kind of being comfortable, being uncomfortable.
Right.
You know, that's what But yeah, I agree. Like, and I feel like that's why a lot of people, and myself too, I think that's why I be so hard on myself, because I don't take that. I don't. What if it doesn't work out? Or what if even before everything, like when you came to girls, like, man, what if she don't like me? It's like you always had that doubt and you never do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, well, if you try it, maybe she do, and maybe she don't. At least that I tried, compared to not doing it at all. Like, I tried to dye my beard gold, and I didn't like it, so I would never dye my beard again.
Yeah.
I would never wear Uggs, because these Uggs make my feet uncomfortable. So I know, what I'm saying? It's not because I don't want to wear Uggs, because they just don't look right to me.
Yeah.
Instead of actually giving it a try.
Right.
And I feel like a lot of people set themselves short because of things like that, because they kind of stamp things, like they kind of make things like try to stamp
they
things.
So way short.
Yeah, they sell themselves short, because it's like, man, I don't want to do no singer, but you may be a good singer.
Mm-hmm.
You may, if you get some vote, I ain't dancing. I ain't working at no McDonald's.
Yeah.
I just think
then you need that job.
Yeah, you need a job though.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
What you saying?
I just think it's just based about the effort level.
But it's
got the effort. It's just more of the just
the action too, though.
It's just the
get out your own way.
Yeah, get out your own way. Yeah.
That's the lesson. The lesson is get out your own way. Because a lot of times, and that's what I'm saying, I was talking to somebody else, and I was asking them questions, but my point was, is you in your own way? Like, is it that you feel like I gotta stop here to help them because you feel like you got to? You know what I'm saying? Because now you in your way. You ain't helping because they actually need it. You helping because you feel like you. Because a lot of times we help because we scared that if we scared to go for what it is that we want to go. You know what I'm saying? So now I gotta stay and help my man, because if I go, you know what I'm saying. But really, you afraid of your own progress. So is you in your own way?
That's why I'm happy we did the podcast.
Yeah.
That's why I'm happy we actually taking action instead of talking.
I can see why you're looking at me like that. I see why you said that too.
Because you're talking.
A lot of people talk.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it.
So what's your lesson?
What's your lesson? My lesson, it's kind of similar to yours, though. Mine's kind of like it's one thing I always kind of heard, like, in different ways. It's kind of like just taking control of your own life.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a lesson that I learned. I'm still kind of learning. Like, you ain't gonna get nowhere in life, any of us, if we don't take our own, take our own action. Because I have, and no, sometimes I still have this, but I used to have the ability, like, to kind of like sit back and let things kind of play out. Which is why my whole situation in school, which was not in college, but before college, like in high school, which was where it was, because I kind of like, it'll work itself out. But it will, good or bad, it will.
Right.
It will work itself out, but it's more of me to kind of attack it more. Like, it can go wherever you want to go if you do it.
Yeah.
Compared to, you know what I'm trying to say?
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
That's like a lesson that I learned that I wish that I'm gonna take with me probably forever.
Yeah.
That's why I want to do the YouTube things. Kind of like
good. It could go good because you tried, or it could never happen because you.
And you can always say, "Damn, I wish I would have."
Yeah.
With you, I'm hearing more so like no matter where I go, here I am, or no matter where I go, there I go, type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know what though? But that's what made me like when in Baloo. So like you got to that point, I guess. When you get to that point when you had to realize, like, you know what?
I think it was probably on my way to, like, not on my way to Baloo, but like that whole situation, like a mall dying and just going like his Pearl called me, like, yeah, you gotta go roll you to the school.
Right.
But it was kind of like
what you gonna do? Like,
it's like at that point, like I
said, that's the same point that I realized that too.
It was like things was getting real at this point, and it's like, what do you do? I'm gonna either go to college, I know I'm guaranteed to try to do something, or I'm gonna sit here and say I'm gonna get a job and probably not get a job for another 3 or 4 years. But I go to school, at least not get a job, at least be doing something, progressing some way.
Yeah.
Right.
And I felt like whatever we do here, because I felt like college was like, all right, at least this an opportunity that could open up something else. At least if I don't go here, I ain't got no open opportunities. I got motherfucking whatever it is that's down there. You know what I'm saying? So I got to at least try to open up a door.
And look at how much we learned.
Yeah, most definitely.
Beyond the school, because I can't even tell you what I learned from
I can't tell you shit about
I can't tell you the things I can tell you every code. I can tell you how their culture roll. You know what I'm saying? I could just say like how fashion and looking nice don't matter to them. Yeah. It's more of like, like
the life experiences we learn. Up there, we wouldn't have never learned if we would have learned.
We would all be on TV and something we probably would have never watched because we ain't into that. We already stated that that's not what we into. Back to what you say. I'm not into no country stuff.
That same mindset though.
That's what I'm saying. Mine's similar to yours.
And that's what I'm saying. You know what? Because we go.
And the same thing with budget. Mine's fitting with budget too.
Yeah.
With budgeting too, because it's kind of like you taking control of your actions. Like you gotta.
It's on you to make it.
It's on you. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't sit there and be like, man, this job ain't. I'm applying to 8 jobs. I'm applying to 20 jobs a day, but none of them calling me. And then why you ain't calling them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why you not calling them?
Right.
Yeah.
But that's how, you know what I'm saying? But that's something that's something like that.
My fault, bro.
All right. That's all right.
Love our lyrics too.
I ain't done.
I'm sorry, bro. I ain't done. So did y'all develop any good habits from that? From just the lessons that y'all learned?
It got its ups and downs, but it's definitely going it's gonna work itself out as long as I continue to take the right actions. You know what I mean?
And I don't think nothing wrong with planning either. I feel like you got to plan but take action.
I am doing that though.
You know what?
I'm not saying you not, but I'm just saying like.
You know what though? I said earlier today I was sitting on the floor, right, and I was like, "All right, now it's time for us to plan." Like we jumped. You know what I'm saying? Now that we here, now we gotta be meticulous with the plans. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's exactly what it is. Now, once you leap, and you in the middle of the floor or you in the middle of the air because you about to hit the ground, then the plan is to figure out how the fuck you.
Yeah, it's like you jumping. Like it's like you like, man, I'm moving out. Yeah. And you out there in this department, and you like, man, I'm out now. Now I gotta.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now you gotta do it now. So I feel like that's what we planning now. You know what I'm saying? But so did you? As far as you, did you have any habits that you picked up? Like, did you like I'm gonna consistently, or do you got any?
Now I'm trying to. Now I'm trying to do the YouTuber thing. I want to get into this skit thing, but you know, but there's really no buts to it. It's more of me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a little bit of the comfort thing, you know.
So what's some good habits that you do have though that you can use to take that? Like whether it's good habits that you could or can't use, because you can have a good habit.
I think maybe my dreams, like beyond what I say and what I feel, like my mind is in a whole totally different place. Mm-hmm. You know, like I said, like I be watching YouTube, I be watching like interviews, and I be like, I belong there. I belong there. Like I'm supposed to be around where people supposed to recognize me, and not so be stressed out because these people keep trying to take. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying? Like that's when my mind be compared to what I really say. Yeah. Like I watch stuff, I be saying like, man, I need to be there. But I always kind of had that mindset. Yeah. But it's just I never really.
Do you look at stuff and feel like you studying it in a way?
In a way, yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but I be feeling like I need to be on like.
Yeah,
like there's not how like people who host the awards. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like I supposed to be. Remember that video? that video? Like who was it that was Peyton Manning? Was that him talking about Kevin Durant when Kevin was sitting in the audience and Kevin Durant was mad? Mm-hmm. Like I supposed to be the one in the audience, like nigga, like you know what I'm saying? Like yeah, you seen Vontae right? You know what I'm saying? I supposed to be, you know what I'm saying? Not like I'm taking somebody's spot, but I supposed to be like relevant, and I feel like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I supposed to text Kevin Durant like, Kevin, why you do that, man, like that, bro?
But they say it was playing though. It was playing.
Yeah, but I'm saying, or like just anything.
Saying, though. I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry.
I'm supposed to have access. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's what it is.
Like,
but so do you think your habit is the? Let's say your habit is that thought, like that consistent go to. Like I feel like you go to that, to them interviews and to them feelings because you
I have dreams about that.
Over like
I have dreams. I have dreams like so I be chilling, like it be so comfortable.
So do you think that the habit, like I say, is you being attracted to that? Like that's the habit, like the want for that, the go to.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like I'm gonna keep going. Like your habit is going to this place for that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. That's a good, but that's something that you gotta hold on to though. Mm-hmm. Like that's something that you write in a drawer, put that motherfucker in the closet. Like I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, you know.
Something you read to yourself every day and shit.
You know what though? I said that because I was in here right.
I don't know what would I do.
Like, I made a song. I don't. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can't rap, I can't sing, I can't dance.
You could though.
But you see what I'm saying?
I was in here. He could. He just don't. He don't think he could.
I can't.
I seen you do the Millie Rock that one time. But I was in here doing a concert, right? And it just was me and this motherfucker. And I was like, man, when I get there and I win the awards or whatever happened, they're going to be like, why you act like you already won? I'm like, man, I already seen this shit 100 times. Like,
Rob Wade did an interview on Breakfast Club, and he said that he practiced him being on the Breakfast Club like years ago. Mm-hmm. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and that's something.
And we always talk about that all the time. Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like I already feel it. Like I already know. So when I'm holding the trophy of anything, it's like, man, I knew. Mm-hmm. It don't feel like what I'm gonna say because I already practiced what I'm gonna say. I already said who I'm gonna thank you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I already know who not gonna get a thank you. Like
that's something we got in common because I be already there, bro. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's sort of kind of how I am with the markets and shit. Remember how I was telling you about I don't blindly get in the joint and just hope that it go in my favor. Like, nah. So every 5th day that I work, I put whatever I earned that day in the account. Mm-hmm. And then I build it up slowly. But I'm still...
Is that like a conscious thing that you do?
It's beginning to be now.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Because at the beginning of the month...
I was going to ask you, is it a habit?
Because you said it's been 4 months, so we made that goal 3 months ago. You know what I'm saying? So when I wrote my shit down and I read that shit, I swear, look, it's right here. It's in my notes, bro. I wasn't applying. I said, I'm really trying to be up here. So, damn, like, here you go. See?
Yeah, step by step.
So once I don't blindly get in the jump. Mm-hmm. I just build my account up slowly over time and and I'm still, as I'm doing that, I'm looking on the internet, trying to see what's going on with the banks during this time or what big thing is happening in that country or their economy that's going to affect their dollar.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So by doing that, by building up that account slowly over time, and I'm looking at the charts, analyzing too, and I'm seeing that it's going to go in my favor or it might go against me. The market can do whatever it wants. Right. But I know for a fact, based on my judgment, it's my judgment call at the end of the day. Like technical analysis and technical analysis is not all you need to be a good trader. Right. Like you gotta really be on your shit. So I see what you're saying with that. That's what you know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think like for me though, a habit that I got is when I don't know how to do something. Like I don't know how to play the keyboards. I got a drum pad. I don't know how to just be on it like how Pharrell and them niggas just. So what I be, like I don't know how to do that shit. So my habit that I have is I just cut the stuff on and I be listening. I be doing it, you know what I'm saying? Or I might record myself and that shit gonna sound like ass, but I just keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? Until like, oh yeah, I'm gonna use this sound right here one day. And it be samples of shit. I'm gonna use that sample right there. Like one day I'm gonna use it. Like I don't know how to do this shit, but I consistently like play. And I be in this joint like how your daughter be in this motherfucker. Bing, bing. I'm in here the same way. Like what notes that I want here. I used to have papers, like you can't see all the way, but it's like a little joint I glued in. I used to take a piece of paper and write down, all right, this note first, this note second. And while I'm in here, I hit each note that I'm supposed to hit 1, 2, or 3 in order to create a sound that I want. All right, how this sound? So I take it out, boot, this note 2, this note 3. And I just keep being in here, you know what I'm saying? And then we had a music class at Baloo, and I knew the where to put my hands at and shit. So that's make it easier. Right. You know what I'm saying? But that'd be my little shit that like I feel like in order to get good at something, even if you can't learn, like you can go to YouTube and they teach you, look, do this, do that shit. It's not easy to just listen to a motherfucker talk to you about some shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And they got their own examples of shit that you're not even worried about. Like
you gotta really get in there and do it for yourself.
You know what I'm saying? So that'd be me. Like I'd rather just just let me figure it out while I'm doing it. Then, because the more and more I sit there and be like, I'm gonna watch this video to see what this happened, see this. Then I never played it. I just kept. It's like an introduction class, like introduction to art. You just never get to draw. You and that motherfucker just keep learning. You like, but when I get to paint, when I get the, you know what I'm saying?
That's just like how people be in the markets. They try to turn like 100 into like 10,000. First of all, that's
you
not
don't
really
get to do that. Like they jumping in like, all right, so when do I get
like,
to be?
That's what I mean. Like when people would just be blindly getting in and just be like, man, shit, that motherfucker gonna go up or it's gonna go down in my favor, whatever favor I chose it. And then they go again, and then the market go against them, and they be like, "Oh, that shit is scam." Then you gotta really understand what's going on. Let's say it was a 1-to-4 risk to reward ratio. Let's say I was risking. Let's say I had account size of like 5,000, and I want to risk $400 to make $1,600, and I see that it's gonna go in my favor. One, I'm gonna only lose $400, yeah, but that's only a certain percentage of my account because I got a $5,000 account. But if it go in my favor, I just want $1,600. Now my account is $6,600. You know what I mean? And I'm slowly building that up over time. That shit gonna be like that. But if it was to go against me, let's say I had an account size of like $2,000 and I was trying to risk $1,000 to make $10,000, I just lost half my account. So I always think of the worst case scenario when it comes to that shit. So I gotta protect myself. So that's how I view like the budgeting jump, because you got a part of all I earn is mine to keep. So you just gotta keep doing what's best for you.
Yeah, that's good. We got the same vision. That's crazy. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. That's why I said when we sat outside of Fat Mall House in 2016, 17.
Yeah.
17.
We was talking.
I knew and that's why I was telling him, I was like, bruh, because he was saying to me, right? He was saying, I'm like, man, Tay ready, but Tay don't know. Like, Tay don't know he ready. He like, bro, you can't push him there, bro. And I'm like, bro, you don't understand. I already know what it is that he want. You know what I'm saying? Like, we already know, because me and him had that conversation at Fat Mall House, and I'm like, we already discussed it. We already understood what it is, but he's scared. I'm like, he just gotta do it, bro. He like, bro, you what if it's just you want it, but you can't? I'm like, bro, I know he want it, bro. I know what it is he want. He just gotta jump. You know what I'm saying? Remember I said that to him? Like, he just gotta jump, bro. All he gotta do is jump. Like, that shit is right there. Like, I knew exactly what it is that you be wanting. You know what I'm saying? But you just gotta jump. You hear me? That's like when you saying you see me buy the stuff when we was in college. That's me like, man, I gotta jump. That's all I'm thinking in my head the whole time.
But that's you. What I'm saying is like take control of
take control,
your future.
Yeah.
You know, it's like because you can keep paying somebody to use their studio. It's cool, but what if they booked up?
Exactly.
What if you ain't got the money to pay them? What you know for a fact is if you went broke the day all your money out your account, you can always come in here and do what you need to do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's like an investment. You know what I'm saying? Investment.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying.
Like now, I'm starting to invest in what I'm trying to do. I'm moving quick though, you know. And then I'm just really at this point winging it, you know. I'm winging it, you know. I don't know. Like I told you yesterday, I don't know what I'm really, you know what I'm saying. What I'm really doing, Google, I'm YouTube and stuff, Googling and stuff. I'm like, I don't know.
You learning. That's what it is. Taking the steps to learn. At first, you was just thinking like, man, I should.
I'm going to do it.
Now you learning. Now.
Shout out to Soulja Boy, man.
Soulja Boy.
Definitely shout out to my man Drake. That's
my
man, bro. You already know, bro. I'm a Soulja Boy.
Bro, that's why I said
high school, bro. I told y'all about that man, bro. Told y'all, man. But you know what I'm saying?
That boy said, I guess Tay stomach good.
Yeah, you know, right down the street. Come on, walk down here.
I guess Tay stomach good.
Yeah.
Wild niggas, man. That's what he said.
Come on, man.
But I knew you got it.
That's crazy.
We had a special guest for y'all, man, but we had some difficulties.
Some things going on, you know.
So we're gonna have a special guest next week. That's why if y'all would have seen,
we're gonna get to the nitty gritty while he here. You probably should have had 2 special guests. You know what I'm saying, to really get it.
You know,
to really
get the truth out.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Ain't gonna be too many truths, but it's gonna be, you know, because you know we ain't gonna hold them accountable. We ain't gonna hold each other accountable like we should. You know.
Oh man. I think.
But yeah, man. Like I had a dream, bro. I was like I say like a couple, maybe between like a week ago, like within 7 days, bro. It was like, I don't know. It was like I forgot. I know it was Tory Lanez in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't remember exactly what happened. But I was like driving to work. I was driving to work like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? But I had a drink like I met Snoop Dogg.
Mm-hmm.
I had a drink like I took out this loan at the bank and bought a house. Okay. And it was like for no reason. Like I just did it just. Oh, I did it to rent out. But it was like my grandma was telling me like, you don't need to do. Like, what you do this for? And I was like, I did it just because I could. But that's the type of mindset I had. I would do it just because.
Today, bro. Today I was on the phone with a lady. She said, "What you dream about?" And I said, I dreamed that I was just doing shit and going places because I could.
Yeah, just because I could. Yeah,
like, everything was mine. I was doing whatever I wanted. It was just mine. Like, and she was like, "What you mean?" And I was like, "I was just in a house and shit. It was my house. Like, all right, I just got a house. All right, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was shit like that. Like, nothing was in the house. Like, all right, I got a house. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was shit like that. So for you to say that and us having the same little,
and I think about things I see like.
That's tight.
People like Shaq.
Imagine if I would have not sat beside that nigga.
This bitch ass nigga. Yeah, man.
You gonna try to rob me? Go ahead, yo, Shaq.
Yeah, y'all seen what Shaq what he do when he went to the jewelry store.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like you know those are things that I would have a YouTube channel doing.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast,
the dude that be going around selling houses for like $1 or some shit.
That
like
man
that.
is like the idea of what I want to do. Mr. Beast.
Oh, yeah.
He, you know what I'm saying, bro. That's something like I be like that. Is, like if I had money, that's the dumb shit I would do. Like it'll be like I can see y'all calling me like, bro.
But see, that's your.
But like it's just it reminds me more of helping people.
Yeah.
Reminds me more of helping people and just seeing people happy and just you know what I'm saying. It's like you know what I'm saying, but like it's like little things like that.
Manny Pacquiao, he bought like 1,000 little homes and just gave them to people and
something like that.
But it was, I'm
or
sure
like go to the mall. I'm in a mall to go give me an outfit for the night, and it's like people in there, and I'm like, I'm about to pay for the next 20 people's stuff, like whatever they got. But I ain't gonna tell them I'm gonna buy it.
Like shit.
No, I ain't gonna tell them I'm gonna buy it. They just go to the register like I'm checking this out. He's like, all right, so somebody paying. That man over there paying it for you. You know, like, oh, thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you get what I'm trying to say? Like things like that I'll do. Or like how Offset was it Offset? Or Future was it? One of them went and built like how people be in jail and build. Yeah, like that's something like things like that. Too, Like just like it be like random, but I don't want to do too much. I don't want to like enable too much, but I just want to help. I just want to be the one. Like I just want somebody to be like, like
he was there, nobody was there. Like he gave. Somebody gave.
Yeah,
somebody cared.
Well, I don't really care for like the. It is good to hear that reinsurance. It's good to be like, man, you really helped me out. It's good to hear that, but I do it more for like, you know what I'm saying? Like I do it for that, and I do it just to see you like even though I can't change your whole life.
You happy right now.
You happy right now. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that made me feel great.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
And it's my fault.
Yeah.
That you happy? Oh man.
It's the same thing, like kind of like how I felt when like Lil Scrappy like took that picture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was like genuine. You know what I'm saying?
You didn't have to do that.
Yeah, he had to
because you wanted. Like you did it because you wanted to.
It was like cool. Like it was genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like I forgot he was a celebrity. How you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. How genuine it was.
It was like you forget that you talk like this man be on TV. You know what I'm saying? Like. But some people like Kawhi Leonard, like you feel them celebrity vibes. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel them celebrity vibes. Like he definitely like getting away. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm walking around, Lil Scrappy like, man, you take a picture. You know what I'm saying? It's like cool. And I feel like if I'd have sat right there and held a conversation, he probably would have sat out there and talked to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't take that step because I didn't want to be uncomfortable. And I was like, maybe he wouldn't do it. Maybe he would, but I would never know.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I go back to what I said. I wish I would have.
It was just y'all two.
Yeah, just us two.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that would have been the day he would have been like, man, he would have been on the Breakfast Club or something, or at the end of the day, he would have been like, man, I had a conversation with a good dude, man, outside of a strip club one day.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
That's what it would have been. And it would have been a real conversation though, and it would have been like, yeah, man, he was real genuine, boo boo. Would have been without
me.
And
I didn't want to do that and be like, oh, you got some money. I don't want no money. You know what I'm saying? I'd be cool. If I could sit down and never get no money I would sit down and have a conversation before I ever need any money or anything from you.
I like that stuff too. I was thinking that too, like, cause I was watching Drink Champs and Blaine.
Who was that, Nori?
Yeah. And I was in the comments.
Too much. I haven't watched them too much.
They cool. It's cool.
But I heard he actually did a class to learn how to talk to because interviews and things like that.
Cut people off a lot.
Yeah. So I was like, that man really dedicated in what he do.
Yeah, but it's worth it because you see stuff or you hear stuff. I was thinking it's like DMX, Jay-Z, Method Man, Ja Rule, all these niggas who they was on the Hard Knock Life tour, and that's Jay-Z tour. But they all these is, if you think about all of them, they had their own success. Like up here, like Ja Rule, we always laugh at Ja Rule because it's 50 Cent, but Ja Rule, he was really that nigga.
Yeah, he was.
Ja Rule was really that nigga. DMX was really that nigga when he was dropping his music, really that nigga.
And he was acting.
And acting. Method Man and Redman was really them niggas. They Wu-Tang shit and acting too. So, but all them grew up and grew in together. Like that shit was together. Yeah, Jay branched off.
All them from New York. Yeah, Jay-Z, Method Man.
All them from New York and Jersey.
Redman.
See, they had a goal though.
Real Method Man. Even Jada Kiss and them, DMX, all of them.
Yeah, from New York,
from New York. So, but that's what I'm saying. Like they put that together and was like, let's fuck the labels. Let's just do that. And it was the label behind, I think, Def Jam. But they was like, fuck going through them. Let's do it our way, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like we all can put this shit to just be like, man, we jump together, like, and it don't gotta be a jump of we all do the same exact thing, but we could help each other in a way, in the line of jumping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could jump one way. You if you was doing real estate, I can help you still in that. You know what I'm saying? Or you doing your marketing, I can help you in that, or you can help me in that. You know what I'm saying? And we all mesh in ways that shit just that you don't see. That's the problem. We don't see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't realize that. Right. We don't realize how a nigga from, like, I was watching an interview with Nori and a nigga Mad Skills from Virginia talking about stories about when he was young with Q-Tip and all them from New York. You know what I'm saying? This is before Biggie and all them. And you don't realize how many connections people got around everywhere. You know what I'm saying? And they was talking about how Biggie and Jay-Z and all them niggas, and Biggie and Jay-Z was cool. So you imagine them niggas coming, they used to come down to Virginia, come down to DC. They got stories and all that shit about that. The connections that people have that we don't utilize because we afraid to just say something. You know what I'm saying? We're afraid to just do something, or we're afraid to jump together or do shit together just cause. You know what I'm saying? We all just be like, man, I don't know what's wrong. I just go with it. If it happened, it work out then. But we all bullshit each other and lose out on opportunities because we just didn't. And we all here together. My point with bringing them up was they all were so talented where they got up here and they still work together. Like, we all so talented, but we be afraid to put the work in. You know what I'm saying? Because we like, what if that shit don't work? It's going to work because we all got our individual talents and we all actually putting the individual effort in together. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's going to work. You know what I'm saying? And if it don't work, it's going to work as much as it can for us, and we can still use this for other shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, man, that's another lesson right there. Like, join that. You know, you don't gotta always do shit by yourself because it don't always work by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Everything don't. That's why most people who got podcasts think about Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels is popping, right? Yeah, you know Kevin Samuels? You don't know Kevin? Oh yeah, I just told you about yesterday. Yeah, so nigga, he popping, but he by himself, right? But he be talking about the black woman and all that stuff. Everybody mad at him. But his
that's what you sent me?
Yeah. His interaction, because he a wild nigga, right? He wild, but
I seen a little bit of it. I gotta watch it.
He makes sense with certain stuff.
He's just a little blunt.
Yeah, he an asshole.
Like, so, okay, like he probably really direct and straightforward.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's way beyond direct and straightforward.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, he a wild nigga. You would like him though, because
like
it's funny. Shit. It's funny and it's messy, but it's not messy. It's not messy in the point where it's like it'll get somebody in trouble. It's messy in the point of he just wild for saying that. Like, but when I sent y'all basically what I hope before I get on the other topic, what I was saying was he doing it by himself, but his interactions is coming from people. You know what I'm saying? He ain't just sitting there talking. It's hard for a nigga for me to do sitting with Screech and I'm just here by myself talking to myself. You know what I'm saying? That shit don't work. Cause I'm sitting there, I start daydreaming this shit in the middle of the podcast. Like, for real, because you having a conversation with yourself. You know what I'm saying? So then that's what I'm saying. It works better when it's multiple people. It helps. It hurt. It don't hurt. You know what I'm saying? To put your hands together. But with the nigga kind of signs that I sent you, the girl, she had 4 kids. I want to say the oldest was 11, the youngest was 2. She had, I think she had her first kid in high school or something like that. And she was saying she want a good husband. And she dropped out of 9th grade. And she want a good husband. And he was like, pretty much like, how you want a good husband and you ain't putting no work in to be like you dropped out of 9th grade and you got 4 kids. What you mean you want a good husband? Like, what is you? You know what I'm saying? For a nigga to be like, I got everything. But that's what he was saying pretty much, you know. And I don't agree with the approach, but she gotta understand, like, oh, you gotta get better. You gotta do better. He was like, you don't get your GED or something? Like,
he sound like one of the dudes to show tough love.
But it don't seem like love at all. Like tough love is you can tell the backup. Yeah. On that one, he was actually way nicer than the normal. So imagine. One bitch he told her he was like, how many pounds you weigh? She was like 230. He was like, sit up. Oh, it's not funny, bro. But that's what he did. He was like, you think somebody gonna want like you know what I'm saying? You like a damn linebacker. You think somebody want?
Oh, nah, he disrespectful.
A good man, like a nigga.
But in a way,
he was saying because it's all a lot of times.
You got purposes.
It's all preference, you know but it's a lot of people. But basically, a lot of things he base it off is what they want, what their preference is. Mm-hmm. So if you go in there and you say, I want to do 6 figures and you know that got abs and he's 6 feet tall and he don't got no kids and shit, and all that shit, and you work at McDonald's, then he gonna be like, you sound stupid. Cause I know nigga with 6 figures and got his own place gonna walk in McDonald's like, oh, I like her. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, point.
So I get that. That's why I say it's just be his approach. You know, so a lot of people don't like him. You know, but that's what we was gonna talk about with Fat Ball was here. Him talk about Kevin Samuels because that's what Fat Ball wanted to talk about.
We can talk about it next. You know, it's been an hour or 2.
Yeah, hour 2 minutes.
Okay. I mean, we always count it like it's been an hour, so. Yeah.
All right, we can wrap it up. Shout out to y'all though, man. For one, it was a lot of people was in here and then
I ain't gotta wrap it up just yet.
But you don't want to?
Oh, well, I have 2 hours to say. Normally you'll stop at an hour, so
I had asked Vontae a question the other night.
Oh, you want to get into that? Go ahead.
And I wanted to see your perspective and you, because you never answered the question. The question is, how has your upbringing influenced your goal setting?
You asked Jordan that.
Yeah, remember?
You didn't ask me.
I asked Jordan that, but you was right there too. I said I wanted.
But you ain't asked me.
I thought I gave it to both of y'all. Shit, I
don't know. I gotta think about it. I never thought about because the question wasn't towards me.
Ooh, but you never thought like, man, that's a good question.
No, I mean it was a conversation. I do.
Ask the question. How was your upbringing?
How did your upbringing influence your goal setting?
My upbringing. My shit was influence your goal setting. I feel like early on my goal setting was I didn't have a high goal setting early on, and it was because of the upbringing. Mm-hmm. The upbringing felt like, like he said, this where I met, you know, this where it's gonna be then. So the goal setting was just survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right, man, ice cream truck. I'm gonna just.
And I always said that about you.
What? Survive.
You got like a survivor's type.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, because that's all I learned was like I would say this. My upbringing, my parents, they wasn't like emotional, like hands-on shit. Like most of the shit that I learned from them was survival. You know what I'm saying? Like my mother, she could be sentimental and shit, but she didn't know how to really be a mother. So she was all I could teach you is to survive, and that's all I could teach you. And my father was the same way. Like he could be more emotional than my mother at times, because he knew he had to. He knew as a man, he was like, I gotta show some type of something for my son. Mm-hmm. But his main thing was, nigga, you need to know how to survive. Mm-hmm. Like, so that's how it was. Everything, all my goals was like survive. You know what I'm saying? Oh, bet. So I get to go and do this. All right, let me make sure I can get home though. It was never like enjoy yourself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I think about it, like I was telling Jordan one time. I was thinking like how we share a room and how we go to the grocery store. Right. You see how we buy snacks, Gatorades, fruit snacks, chips, and all that. Like, let's say we go on April 4th. By the time May 1st, like all that food and all that shit, my end is probably gone. Mm-hmm. But if you go in your closet,
because I knew how to survive.
Exactly, but that's something subconscious. Like we would have dogged that. We would have dogged the food like that. Like we right there, like, I ate a waffle. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like with you, it's kind of like with you, kind of like I'm good. You know, like
it was time.
Even like the things you brought, like you know what I'm saying. Even like the things you brought was like so small. Like not. I mean, it's because you was cool with that. Like I'm cool. Man, what you had crackers? What you crackers?
Applesauce, crackers, applesauce.
You know what I'm saying?
That shit was torch. I don't care what nobody said.
No, it's like me. I had the crackers. I had you know what I'm saying, probably put some chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like I would have did so much crackers, stuff. Bro.
It ain't matter what kind of crackers.
Club crackers.
He club crackers.
He had club crackers. But that's like you gotta. That's the type of mind you got. And think about when we come in here with the food, right? You be, you know what I'm saying? You bring nothing. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like I find me something to eat. You know.
That's the thing. It's so mental. From
like
it's so mental at that age of just survive that when I get to a point where I might really be hungry, I'm already conditioned to know how to survive.
Exactly.
So when somebody be like, "Hey, you want this?" I'd be like, "Nah," because I can survive.
I'm not like that.
I feel like I'm like that.
I'm not like that.
I feel like I'm like that when it comes to selling shit like that.
But it's you gotta like I'm not like that. Like I wish I would. Like when things happen, it's time for me to be like, nah. So it kind of like food. I really wish I can be like, nah, bro. I'm like, that food look good.
Just a little piece.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But it's just conditioning.
Yeah, and I think some people, like, I think with you is not natural.
What?
Like you could train yourself, be like, nah. With him, it's natural. You know what I'm saying?
You saying because it okay.
Like so let's say somebody was being shady.
Like you can say no because you consciously thinking no, and my answer was already no before it did.
Right.
Yeah, like
you know what I'm saying.
So I got a decision that basically
like how Fat Mo can be. You know what I'm saying? We all love Fat Mo. You know how you can be when it comes when people give you stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you know that about you know how Fat Mo is. So you gonna say no just because you know how he is.
Okay.
Compared to him, his mind is already like, nah, I'm good. And I'm really good. Like I'm good to the fact you don't never have to ask me again. Because I'm gonna be good the next time and the next time. Like you just good for now. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm good for now because I know how you are. But if he had pizza for everybody, you still gonna be like, you gonna be like, yeah, I take one because it's for everybody. He probably gonna still be like, nah, I'm straight. But it's not because he's being mean or
that's just how he is.
You know what I'm saying? But that's how he is. It's kind of like I'm like the pizza will be good. You know, I love pizza, but it's kind of like I know how you is too, and I'm good with my crackers in there. Like I'm really good with my crackers in there. Compared to you being eating your crackers, you be like, man, nigga, wow, I'm eating crackers, eating pizza out there. But
nah.
But like, if it was me, that's what you would think. And him, he wouldn't think like they be like, that's Jai Wild, but I'm cool with my crackers. That's how you want me? Cool with my crackers. Cool with my crackers. I eat applesauce, you know.
That shit torch, bro.
It is torch. I remember this.
Yeah,
but that's you know what I'm to what you're saying.
But do you get what I'm saying?
To what you're saying, though, to me, the crackers and applesauce, I could literally be like, well, I know I enjoy it. Like, so regardless if I eat the pizza or not, I know I'm gonna enjoy these crackers.
Exactly.
Like we can eat a pizza, he can be eating his crackers. We gonna have the same conversation. You know what I'm saying? Compared to you, be right there like, damn, man, y'all really gonna eat this pizza while I'm right here? That's crazy. You know
I really wouldn't do that. I don't think I'd do
You'll probably feel like that, but like I said, you'll probably tell yourself that I'm gonna let it go, but you probably feel that in your heart. With him, he probably won't feel that
because it's him. Days later. You gotta think because
like me, I'm different from y'all.
So you got
like that.
So you would be looking at it if it's because he's saying it in general, but he's saying like your man, like your friend.
Yeah.
So you like damn nigga, we hit again, especially in college. Like nigga, you're gonna offer me a piece
that's
of
what I'm saying.
I'm not entitled to that. I'm not entitled to that.
But I think about it.
I'm not entitled to that.
On the podcast, me and Mark came with curry out, and we forgot to give you curry out. You ain't gonna be like, oh, it's cool. You gonna be like, that's wild, man.
I'd be like, that's wild, but me, I'd be playing.
Was we ever wild?
Huh?
Was we ever wild?
I get what you're saying. No, that wasn't never wild.
Never was we wild.
I understand, but I'm saying that's not okay. All right, bro.
But it's not. It doesn't make him no better than you or nothing.
Like I understand that.
That's just the strength that he has.
I understand, bro.
But if we compare all three of us, you got way more strength than I do. Because they'll sit with me this whole podcast like that's crazy. You see what I'm saying? I got a different mind. You know what I'm saying? And I wish I was more like that, or at least can get like this, but I can't because that's just not who I am.
Okay.
Wow,
and some people gotta, I mean, honest. Some people gotta be honest with themselves, and that's what we all lack sometimes too. Like some people are not honest with who they are, and they, you know what I'm saying, they're not honest with who they are, and that's why they will never grow as a person. That's why people got them fucked up ways.
People got swallow some hard truths about themselves.
Yeah, and there's some things you just gotta understand. Like, damn, I can't be self. Not like me and Jim, like I can't be a little selfish sometimes. Some people don't see that. Some people like I'm not selfish. Like you know what I'm saying. Like you know what I'm saying. No. But some people gotta understand. You know, like when I go to work, right? They had this class every morning called Positive Action. When I tell you that's the only class I pay attention to. Like I really sit right there, I'm one of the kids, and we talk. I really like, dang, like, because it really means a lot. Like, like holding yourself accountable and being honest with yourself about things you like and you don't like, and sticking to, you know, your morals and you know what really matters to you.
Right, I agree.
But a lot of people like it's fake. It's not really. They feel like because I'm gonna look weak or that's not what people doing, that's not what I'm going to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's say it's like with the you coloring your thing. Like, think about if everybody was like, man, you doing that, man. That's what girls do. You know what I'm saying? As you weren't inclined, most likely not going to do it, but that's what you really want to do. But a lot of people don't really. You get what I'm trying to say?
I get what you're saying.
You taking the leap.
That too, but it's just like
that accountability. That,
exactly,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
Taking control of your own.
Yeah. But like some people ain't strong like that. And that's some strength, like I said, like more strength is like with that. I always call it willpower. But, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not strong like that. But it's qualities about me that's probably stronger, that I'm stronger than that he's not. And it's probably qualities about you that you're stronger than we not as strong in. But I'm honest with myself enough to know. Right. Like it's funny when I say it because that's how y'all know that's how I will probably be. Like, I'm not gonna hate y'all, but like, damn, man. I'm like, yeah, shout enough for eating without me. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
He gonna be like, shit.
But you see what I'm saying? But it's like, when Mo, he probably sitting right there, like,
it don't bother you.
Yeah, like, cool. I got crackers, I got some oranges. You know what I'm saying? Like, all right. You know what I'm saying? But that's why, and you know what I'm saying? We all know that. That's why I like when we walked, I said, you gotta tell Mo we didn't give him food because I thought we would eat at your house. And he said, I'm gonna tell him that. What'd you say?
I said, man, I'm gonna tell him that he wild as shit.
Yeah,
man.
like what I'm saying. But in my back of my head, I know it really didn't matter because you're not like that.
Right. I said that?
Yeah, I said when we was walking out, I said, you gotta explain.
I'm talking about when y'all got to me though. Did y'all, I heard y'all talking about the food.
Yeah. But as I told you, you gotta explain to him because yeah, see?
I didn't know that's what y'all was talking about.
Did you see what I'm saying?
I didn't know
but that's why I told you, I explained why you told me we was going to be on church house for 2 hours and then we was going to go see Mo. And that's why we got food and you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I know in the back of my head, I know for a fact, like, and I think that Mo know if he really wanted food, like, we'd be like that. We would both give you a piece. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of the things compared to me and Mo got there, I'd have probably like, well, we got to go get him some food. Yeah. Like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's different. You know what I'm saying? We can't just leave him high and dry like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he going to look at us, y'all left me high and dry. You going to look at us like, man, he burnt out, man. He cool, though. You know what I'm saying? But you going to look at it like, hey, wow, man, y'all really took a time out to go get 4 wings and fried. You know what I'm saying? That Mo will be the same way. Joe, oh my God, Joe wouldn't even want to do the podcast. He was you done?
Because I'm trying to go eat. You done? Because I'm hungry.
Good, so I didn't. So, but that's just a strength. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just. But Joe got that kind of power where like he can, like with strangers, people he not comfortable with, he can be just like that, like easily. He could be probably stronger than you.
Yeah.
If he don't know you, if you give him bad vibes, he ain't taking nothing from you. Mm-hmm. Like, all right, Joe, I know your car broke down. My man, right, he can give you a ride. So I'm like, nah, I'm gonna catch an Uber. Uber $133, bro. My man can take you there for free. Nah, I'm good. Like me.
All right.
That he give me bad vibes, but I can handle myself. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? But I feel like with enough convincing, I can see you like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Well, like, you know what I'm saying? I know that's something like a strength that I know Joe got. I know for a fact if Joe ain't like, if at Mo, you got to ride with me because I ain't doing, you know what I'm saying? Or something I can see for Mo, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You'll probably go in that joint. You'll probably sit in that car like, man, I hope you right.
Yeah.
I hope you right. You'll get home. You'll call me wild, bro. I'm like, how am I wild? You wild, bro. From your car, a stranger, bro.
Hey.
But you win.
But you see what I'm saying? But like, but see how Joe straight up was like, no. Yeah. Straight up, no.
I can vouch for that.
No, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. I don't care if it costs me $300. I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm a walk before, and he mean that. Like, I'll walk before I do pay him because I don't know him. But me, bet.
Yeah, but I think to answer your question, I think I got better with the goal setting because, like I say, at first it was just like
where you left, my bad.
No, it was good though. That's a conversation that was good. Like I was interested in all the shit we was talking about. Like.
And then it always feel good to hear about yourself, right?
Oh, that's what we was talking about. We was talking about me, so that's maybe why I was like.
I mean, it does. Like,
no, it do feel good, but I'm saying that's maybe why I was. That's maybe why I was like, yeah, okay.
My coach, she's a little older than me. She always dissect everything I do, and I'm right there like, so I be like, you, what else do I do? So what do you notice about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I be just like you.
I'm like, wow,
I be in tune.
Yeah, you people was like, I was about to say, I was like, yeah, willpower, yeah, you always say that, yeah.
That's why, like, when you do it, I don't be mad. It just be funny because you be really like, well, I'm going to a whole nother level. Like, if this whole hour was about him, he not gonna never be like, man, what about y'all? They be ready like, yeah. The whole hour talk about me, yeah.
Cause you know why? You know why? Because I feel like as men, we don't get appreciated enough. So when you hit that appreciation, and we know that we know each other enough to keep giving. So we like, I take the appreciation from each other, like from y'all, like, yeah, go ahead, because it's us. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We make each other feel like we appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? By telling each other what we know. So when you telling Blaine or you telling him what you notice about him, he feel appreciated. Like, damn, he noticing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we look for in women. Like, we look for that appreciation in women, but most women don't know how to get that to men because that's not a traditional thing to give appreciation to men like that. So no woman. That's why I say woman can't raise a man because she don't know how to make him feel appreciated like he was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I get it though, but shout out to y'all. But that's what I was gonna say. I think early on it was based on survival, the goals. So every goal was like, let's make it to this. Let's make sure I make it to this. I remember I posted when I turned 18 or something. I was like, man, I really made it to 18. Like. Shout out to y'all, you know, if I finally made it. And niggas was like, bruh, like, that's not, like, somebody comment was like, that's it? Like, you feel like you just, because I was like, man, I made the 18. I ain't go to jail yet. I'm living the life. And it was like, that's just living the life to you? And I was like, what you mean? Like, yeah, it's survive. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because to me, 19, you died 19, you died 2021. You know what I'm saying? So it was, man, I survived 18? Hell yeah. So then when I got really the blue, like you say. Then I started realizing, like, all right, I gotta make more decisions. Cause obviously when I don't make decisions, they niggas disappointed that this nigga that's how you feel? You just feel like you just surviving. So everybody disappointed that let me make a decision and see what I want to do. I want to do this, want to do that. All right, bet. And you start living it. And then the goals start becoming bigger. Like, all right, you know what I'm saying? Like the fashion show that we had, I wanted that. Like the lady came to me about it. And I was like, man, we're going to go talk to the dean. We went to talk to OG and we had that conversation. He's like, well, I don't know. I'm like, man, look, the cosmetology lady hit, like, that's a goal right here. I want that fashion show. And it ain't worked through me, though. It worked through the head people, the cosmetology lady. But that
they had like a barber and they had like more than just academics.
You know, because me saying I want a fashion show, it don't make sense. Like, so, nigga, what do we charge doing with regular clothes?
It probably wouldn't have been died if it was a regular school.
Yeah, it wouldn't have. Yeah, it wouldn't have. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like my goal helped out, but it was them that put everything in place. You know what I'm saying? And like I say, if I would have been arrogant or like, I ain't fucking with them because that was my goal anyway, then I would have never had that experience. And I got to help people on the fashion show because it was certain people who didn't have stuff that I actually gave. You know what I'm saying? So it was like it worked out for the best because I had that goal. I wanted to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I think as I got older, because I realized that how I was raised was holding me back. Then I let that, like, I think about it, I can handle it and talk about it, but I won't let it keep holding me to where I can't move no more because I gotta keep going to fix this or keep going to fix that. That don't mean it didn't hinder me in other aspects of life. You know what I'm saying? Because when I got to college, a lot of things that went with me when I grew up, when I got to college, it was emphasized. Like it was more of it in my head, like, all right, I gotta pay attention to this. That's at home. I can't be worried about it at school. I need to worry about this, I just knew how to not look like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I was so paranoid at school, but I was more paranoid at school about shit that was happening at home than I was about shit that was happening at school. Like at school, I ain't care about nothing. I'm like, all
Mm-hmm.
right, whatever. You know, I could survive at school because that was the easiest shit to do. If I rank surviving throughout my whole life, being that girl was the easiest thing to survive. Cause it was not like they was literally trying to help you a lot, like the pantry, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Now when they wasn't giving you money, but you could have found some way to make some money. You know what I'm saying? Mowing lawns or whatever the fuck, snow, you know, with the ice and shit, or fucking working at the store. People was working all around them motherfucking Lidos and shit. You could have did anything, so it was easy to do shit and survive it. But I had more paranoia at home about shit than I did. You know what I'm saying? So that growing up, the goals changed, but what I was running from is still the same. You know what I'm saying? Or not running, but whatever the fuck it was, how I grew up is still the same. Right. But the goals changed based off not wanting to continue being in that same position. You know, but what you think? How did your goals?
I don't know how to answer that. I don't. Like,
it's a simple ass question, but it's tough.
It is tough. Y'all actually answered it for me. Like, once he started talking, y'all answered it for me.
Well, answer mine then. I don't know.
Well, answer mine. But I gave y'all the alley hoop though. I started it off with the how I started bringing up.
I don't know.
You know, because I started talking about survival.
I noticed that when you said it.
I don't know. What's the question?
How has your upbringing influenced your goal setting?
My upbringing, maybe just wanting to be better. You know what I'm saying? Just wanting to
be better than what you.
Just better. Yeah, just better than, you know what I'm saying. Not saying it was all bad, but just being better. You know, everything can always be better.
So what's the goals? The goal is to be better, but is the goal to be better?
Like to be 10 times greater than what it was. Yeah. You know, like when we live in Kennewick, everybody had their own room. We had 5-bedroom house. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But it was like in a rough area.
Yeah, trenches. Yeah.
But why not have a 5-bedroom house with a pool in the back? You know, these rooms is about the size of my house. You know what I'm saying? Or something, you know, like I don't know. But like I said, I always feel like it's on me whether it happens or not. Yeah. If it happens, it's on me, and if it don't, it's on me. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't, you know, like I said, some people just, you know, struggle with that.
I agree. I think I can see that from you. I can see that at least you try to make things better. You know what I'm saying? Like I can vouch for you as a person that at least the goal for you is to make something better. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't never walk in or out of something and feel like, well, I'm gonna say me about you. I don't feel like whenever I'm with you and we go somewhere or do something that your mindset is to make it worse. You know what I'm saying? I feel like every time your mindset is to get the best out of it or make it better. You know what I'm saying? Or when we do it, like thinking of Atlanta, like we had an amazing time in Atlanta, but your goal to go back to Atlanta is to make it better than last time. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, how the fuck we gonna top this? Like, we gotta make this better. You know what I'm saying? So I can vouch for that. That is something that's something that make people want to be around you. That they feel like, man, even that conversation, this 3-minute conversation, made something feel better. Like it made me feel better about anything, because that's just take personality. You know what I'm saying? That's your vibe. Your vibe is positive, you know what I'm saying, influence, period. So most people want to come and talk to you because it's, even if you just be like, well, what you think? Because there's a lot of times you might say something and he be like, all right, well, I don't know what you think about it. But whatever you get out of that conversation, you still feel like, damn, Tay helped. Right. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's therapy, like where how therapists won't give you opinions.
She ain't called me today. She supposed to call me on Thursday at 4:00.
Shout out to my therapist.
She called you?
No, she ain't called.
Oh, you call her?
We joined a video call.
Oh, so y'all be on FaceTime for her? Like,
she was scared 30, 40 times.
We was in person.
I'm on the edge of the bed. I'm on the edge or something like
COVID.
Yeah.
So wait, when you started doing therapy?
I started doing therapy
in high school, in middle school.
You talking about when I first started?
Oh, okay, period.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I've been in third since I was probably like third grade.
I've been in since I was about 7th or 8th.
I've been in therapy since I was in 7th grade, but
helps, bro.
Now, I was in like I said, I was in therapy a lot. I was in therapy when I was young, when I was
I realized I
middle
needed
school
my
shit,
therapist
7th grade, I think.
when I left girl.
And I had, like I say, anger management coaches and fucking all types of shit all the way through from 3rd grade, not 3rd grade, first time seeing that white lady. 4th grade, I want to say, and then up until like 9th grade, and then I left school in 10th grade, and I stopped talking to everybody. And then once I got to college again, because I went back to school after that year was over, I got to college. Then I had them like 4 classes, but she left. So yeah, it was on and off, all since then. But then I had that 1 year I stopped, and then no, it was like 3 years I stopped. Once I got the Baloo, I ain't had nothing at Baloo. So I say, so about 2 years in between. Then I stopped at college again. When I first got to college, that's probably when I really needed that shit in college. But then I was so like, just survive. Don't even look like you need help, because that's really what it was. That survival thing was, don't look like you need help, and
don't never let them see you sweat.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say a lot of shit that was happening in college, it could have just not looked like it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd just be like, all right, cool. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it was so mental. But that lady, when she left, I was like, all right, fuck that bitch, man. For real, because I felt like I didn't need her in the first place. And then I had to do the class or do the drink. And then when she left, it was like, all right, I'm going to prove that I ain't need her anyway. And to me, I feel like that was a thing of, I wanted to prove that I ain't need anger management. I ain't need therapy. And it was kind of a mistake, because I did. The viewer?
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, but I feel like the therapy, I had it, but me stopping or wanting to stop so much, it hurt me, because I felt like I proved that you could do it by yourself, and then you don't get them that actual interaction or that unlocked door. You know what I'm saying? Right. That them therapists can help you do. You know what I'm saying? That's a loyal my fault, a loyal watcher. For real. But and subscriber. So yeah, I feel like I kind of like, now I don't want it, I don't need it, I'll do better. I can prove I can prove not to be angry all the time. I don't know, taste you like, man, you got good patience, because I like, we'd be waiting for somebody or some shit, and they would take it forever, and I'd just be sitting there. But it was conscious, you know what I'm saying? It was conscious to not show that you irritated that you waited for this, because I wanted
that we all have.
Because I wanted to prove that I don't need anger management. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been wanting to prove that for a long. I don't need anger management. I don't need, because they used to try to give me pills to be calm. And I'm like, no, I don't need it. I don't need none of that. You know what I'm saying? But then I think that kind of made me shy away from therapy itself. And that's what I needed. I needed therapy more so than anger management. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But recognizing what you need is always important.
Yeah, but I didn't realize that till I got way, because they were supposed to realize it. Yeah. It was the teachers who were supposed to say, oh, I understand what's happening. And it wasn't supposed to be me as a little ass kid, like, hey, man, I'm stressed the fuck out. I need a cigarette. Nah, that wasn't what's happening. So
yeah, but
no, go ahead.
I had therapy since 7th grade. I didn't take therapy serious till about 10th. Yeah. Like, I used to go all the time, go to every session. I had some counseling sessions.
I had peer mediation at 9th grade, but I was the person that they had to come to. Like, it was peer mediation where you have conversation, like basically like a therapy session.
An issue like between somebody?
Nah, it was like
I thought mediation is like, I mean, you had
you mediated, right?
And then he leaves the mediation, so me like, man.
But it wasn't like that. Like, it was more so any issue that they had, they would tell them to come to your peer, right? But I was the president, so they had just come to me, right? And most of the people who had issues was in my grade. Like, it was like the 9th graders. So they'd come to me, but I never had the peer to go to. You know what I'm saying? Because I had to be the one that they come to. And they'd tell me, if somebody talk to you about something that's way left field, let them know. But it was certain shit that girls would kind of tell me about rape and shit like that. I couldn't tell to the teachers. Yeah. And I'm in 9th grade.
Break their trust.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
And that's the thing about when people tell you things like that about them, you gotta Gotta hold that.
Yeah.
You gotta hold that because they trust you.
That shit used to hurt, bro, because I couldn't believe. I'm gonna tell you something. So another lesson I learned is,
but that probably don't have to be reported because no one. That probably didn't know how to report it. I think you could tell your therapist, I was raped when I was molested because they only supposed to tell if you want to hurt someone or hurt yourself. Like, you say, man, when I get home, that's when my grandma would kill her ass. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or,
you can't say that.
Yeah, then that's when they had to report it or like.
I don't know.
Or if she said I was, and that's different. It's kind of like, he raped me like yesterday. Yeah. Then that's something, because
that's... the shit that was happening, it wasn't that direct like yesterday. It was like...
But like, that's an example.
I'm saying, like, but that shit was... It was recent enough for me to feel like...
You should say something.
No, not even that. It wasn't recent enough for me to say something because it was time that passed and shit happened for them to handle that situation, like court and all that stuff. So it wasn't that serious to go tell because it already was being handled. But the shit for it to be a kid, and that's why I said another lesson that I learned was that even your situations ain't always the worst situation. Because I used to think that, man, I gotta be the kid that's going through the worst shit ever, like just the shit that I'm seeing. But when I started having peer mediation and these people was telling me certain shit, and even before then, certain girls I was dealing with in middle school, 8th grade, telling me certain shit, that I was like, man, like ain't no way that kids is going through this. You know what I'm saying? Like ain't no way children is going through certain shit. And I feel like the therapy that we don't give to kids or adults is what drive people crazy, would be making motherfuckers go and be and do the wild shit that they do. Because the shit that these kids was telling me, bro, as a kid, I was looking at them like, how do we survive that? You know what I'm saying? How do you survive that? And how can you be in 9th grade dealing with shit like that? You know what I'm saying? And then even when I got to college and was dealing with people who was going through the same things, just from a different point of view and different perspectives, from age or from whether it's parent or whether it's brother, uncle, like just certain shit, and what not even that extreme of rape. It could be abuse. It could be any type of thing. That I was just like kind of like distraught in my own way of like, I can't believe the world really like this. Like I knew the world was, but I thought the world was like that to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't know the world was just trash to everybody. And I feel like so many people need therapy and get that out of their system. We got so much shit balled up in our system, wrapped up in our system as a race, a human race, that we just don't, nothing can be fixed by just being angry all day walking around. You know what I'm saying? Do I think I need therapy now? Sure, but I don't think I need it as much as I needed it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like when I needed it, I figured it out already.
Shit, I ain't gonna lie. I need somebody to talk to.
I don't need it now, man. Well, I'm gonna say I don't need it now, but it ain't as much as I need it.
Like I would want to say what's on my mind to somebody who I know that, you know what I mean. Like I talk to Bonds, I talk to you, you know what I mean. But
you ain't gotta throw me in there, bro. I know you used to be there. You know, I know it's
I
cool,
talk
bro.
to you too, bro. I talk to you too, man.
Niggas don't talk to more.
You funny, but nah, it's cool. That was going on with me. I try to. I just be like, man, I ain't gonna say it'll work itself out, but I know I'm gonna get through this. You know what I mean? I got through worse. You know what I mean? But by having that therapist, it's easier to talk about it. And somebody who not who been through that too. It don't gotta be that exact situation, but as far as like giving advice, I'd rather talk to somebody like that than versus talking to somebody who don't know what the fuck they talking about. Because it ain't gonna make sense at all. Because you ain't never been in my shoes.
Right.
What? No, I was saying, can I finish?
Oh, I took out my
it's really him, but like I was talking about, he's like, yeah, I used to do this the peer mediation joint.
Oh, I did do that. My fault. And then he cut me off. Man,
damn, my fault. We all cut each other off.
Cool. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Me? Yeah, I was talking. Everybody got to talk about their history.
You supposed to cut him off there. You
supposed to keep it going, bro.
I'm in some great, and I used to do the peer mediation.
Yeah, you're right.
I was like, damn, but
this nigga too, goddamn.
I forget what I was gonna say.
You were saying that you was in 7th grade when you started.
Yeah, I was 7th. Then what happened? I didn't take it serious till about like 9th or 10th grade. And I understood like I used to go all the time. I used to go like Nate to go at what this time. I used to always go. I used to always talk. And sometimes it'd be like we had like therapy. We'd be like me, like 2 other kids. We were like talking.
Mm-hmm.
But like I ain't take it serious for real until like 9th grade.
Did you think that it was? Why you ain't take it serious?
Because I mean I ain't really. I got a personality kind of like things will work out.
Yeah.
You know, so things that was bothering me and things like that, like I knew like this ain't gonna be forever.
Yeah, that's how
you know. So this ain't gonna be forever. You know. But one thing, huh?
I was gonna say early on, I understood like time, so I knew that like if I could forget some shit that I did 2 weeks ago, I know that in 2 years that this should be way behind me. Like I knew that. That's how I used to always think about shit. Like I know this gonna be behind me in a week. You know what I'm saying? Like just let the day go, let it be bad for the day, it'll be all right.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's really like all right, somebody got me good, let it just be good for the day, and tomorrow you all right. Cause it gotta go. It gotta be past. You can't be mad a year from now about a nigga who threw a quarter at you. You know what I'm saying? Like so
and I think things started to happen where things started to become like more permanent. And that's when it was like
yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Things started like it's like, I had a fight. Maybe I should talk it out about what's happened, you know, but we ain't gonna fight no more. Like, you know, I'm not gonna fight forever. You know what I'm saying? Like
then they start looking at you as the kid that's fighting forever.
Yeah, then I mean I just stopped, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't fight forever, you know, and I just, you know, it's like then like it was like things come more permanent, like
I get what you're saying.
You felon, like you stay back. Like, damn.
Them decisions.
Then it's like, then now the decisions I make now is like damn, what am I doing wrong? Like, you know.
You gotta live with everything.
Yeah, so now it's like, damn, I'm probably, you know, even though we talk to a counselor, they can't change your life. They can't. But it's, you know, like I was telling my coworker, like, I was telling him, like, you know, it does feel good when you can talk it out. Like, all that stuff I tell my counselor about, I go back, I leave out that door, the same shit was going on.
Exactly.
Same teacher that below me, same teacher I was talking about, the same girl that was stressing me out, I go right back and say, you know what I'm saying? But, like, when, I don't know, I was thinking, like, I remember when Ramal died. I remember, like, I was sad. You know, remember I called you and stuff, thought I was playing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when Ramal died, like, everybody was, like, so sad. Like, I was like, everybody was so sad. And it was like, I can't.
Yeah.
I felt like people was waiting. Like, people was waiting for me, like, you know, like, when you gonna release? And I was, you know, and I was like, nah, I ain't cracking like this. And remember I told you when I had my breakdown when I got in Dr. Henley's office. Like, it was like the craziest thing, bro. It was like the craziest thing, bro. Like, and you know what I'm saying? He was my counselor. That was like the crazy, like you know what I'm saying? Like the funeral.
Just hold everything together.
Man, it was like, cause it'd be sad though, but he right there like.
Because they, like you say, like teachers, you can feel the pressure. You can feel like they waiting for you.
It's like a candlelight. You know, I remember I came in the car like, where was you at? You know, like all eyes just on you. It's like they waiting. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I can't. When I got in that joint, that door shut, bro, it was like a release.
You felt like all the eyes was gone.
Man, like he was right there though. He was right there the whole time. Like, but it was like, man, like
broke down, yeah, bro.
It was like, dang, I was like, man, like that's like the craziest thing. Like, we ain't say nothing the whole time, bro. He ain't say nothing. He just kept every time he just kept handing me tissue.
I'm gonna tell you, man. Somebody told me one day there was a girl and I was in middle school, and she was saying she had a breakdown, right? And I'm like, what's a breakdown? And she like, you don't cry? You never cried or something? I'm like, I mean, nah, like I don't. What am I crying for? Right? And me and her was close enough for her to know that, nigga, you got reasons to cry type shit. Like, nah. And she was explaining the breakdown to me, like, man, when you just can't control it, a cry will. She was like, when you gonna notice when you had one, right? And my cousin had already died. I just was good though. I'm like, nah, I'm just not crying because I understood that people was looking at me like he gonna be the one that's gonna be he gonna hurt. He gonna like, nah, I'm all right. It survived. That's all I'm thinking. Like, I can't let nobody see me cry. Can't nobody see me hurt. And one day, what the fuck was happening? I think I was just sitting there one day, and I was like, all right. And I got up and I walked to the room, we was living. I forgot we was living there. I walked in the room. No, matter of fact, I was in my grandma's house, and my mother was locked up, and my cousin had died. Right. So I'm like, I would walk upstairs and shit, and I'm good. Everything was good, and I just was sitting there, and back then you had the fat TVs and shit. When you cut the game off, it just be a blue screen. Mm-hmm. So I'm sitting there, and I cut the game off, and the screen just blew, and I was like just looking. I was like, I want to play a song or something. So when I went to go play the song, my shit just like it felt like even I was like ducking and dodging, like, oh shit, like no, I'm about to cry, like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? So I would find shit to do to be like, man, get my mind off it. But that specific day, I was like, let me play this song. And the first song I played, it was called Mama by Kanye West. And it was just talking about I never heard the song. Though. That's what's crazy. And it was on my PlayStation, but I never heard the song. Mm-hmm. And because I downloaded it from a CD, but it was a Kanye West CD, and I just was listening to whatever song.
To all the songs, yeah.
And that was the first song that came on. And my mother was in jail, and I remember my aunt kept asking me, like, you don't seem like you feel no type of way about it. Like, I'm like, man, she ain't out here wilding, doing nothing stupid. So, but it was emotional, you know what I'm saying? But I just never showed it. So that point in time, I remember breaking down. And I was like, oh, that's what a breakdown is. Yeah, like, and that shit be like in your spine, like boy. That shit in your, that shit in your heart.
That shit is crazy. Yeah.
That shit in your soul. Boy, you be in that J. Like you don't know what to do.
Man, it's like a drunk over high. Like when this is over, it's over with. But it's like you can't control. You can't like turn it off and on. Yeah. It's like when it's over with, that's right. It's over with. But right now you're gonna deal with everything that comes with it.
Yeah. You be that motherfucker. You be wanting
man, it was like the craziest thing though, bro. Like that was like the craziest thing. Like that when that door shut, bro. It was like I coming in the door shut, and it was like
you feel it, bro.
Just think about like you know what I'm saying, like
it's like a supernatural, like something grab you and be like.
I remember we came in 202, man. It was like Miss Harad and all of them. Like it was so sad. Like I remember seeing you like Raekwon, Ty J. Like it was crazy. Like the little kids don't even know him. Like it was just sad. And I was like, like how you feeling? I get the text message. Like every time I turn around, it was just something. So it's like like
I said, when I was in school with my cousin dad,
they thought I ran away.
Oh, why? What happened? You didn't come to class?
I went. Mom had a candle light up at uptown.
And you left.
And went and see, and I went to the one uptown.
Oh,
and they didn't read the email. Maybe I sent it to somebody who didn't matter. Somebody got an email about it. Maybe I sent it to somebody who didn't matter. And I went uptown, and then when I was getting all these calls, I'm like, man, this is the wrong time to call me. You know what I'm saying? But I thought it was calling about that, but it was calling like where you at? Yeah. Like I hope everything okay. And I'm like, I came back, and when it was over, and that's why I seen Raekwon. Like I seen like all y'all. Like I was sad. Like Alexia, like all of them was crying, and I was like, oh man. Mm-hmm. And I was like, it bring you there, but you can't. I was like, you can't. But I feel like if I was at the candle, like, I feel like I probably would have. But my team was Gaddis. Like, man.
I used to hold it there so well.
Yeah, and I seen her.
The school used to give me like a car, well, not used to, but they at the time my cousin they gave us like cars, and everybody was sorry for you, Mm-hmm. And one of my mans now, my barber, shout to him. I ain't went to him in a long time, obviously, but the nigga say he was like, man, he my barber now, but we went to school together. He was in 5th grade. From 5th grade all the way up until I left in 10th grade. So he was just looking at me and he was like, bro, like, I know, like, I was your cousin. I'm like, yeah. And he was like, and y'all was close, like, I'm like, yeah. And he was like, but you, like, you don't seem no type of way. Yeah. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm supposed to sing. Like, you know what I'm saying? This never happened to me before. It happened when I was 10, but I was too young to understand what it was when my godbrother got killed. I didn't understand it. Like I knew he wasn't gonna be around, but it just didn't feel the same as it felt that there's my other cousin who I'd have been all the way up past my godbrother. Then all the way, me and him that went through that together. Now I ain't got no together to deal with. You know what I'm saying? Because the nigga who I would have dealt with it together, he the one that died. So it's like I don't know how to react. So I gotta just be here. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, my breakdown came when I was at work. This was after my brother got killed, and when we got to the hospital, he was already dead. You know what I mean? But I was holding up for everybody else and shit. And I was glad that it was over with. Because when it was time for me to it was so many faces, bro. You know what I'm saying? That
Mhm.
you just got, you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Got bro Vontae up there with me and shit. And when I got back to the car, boy, I couldn't even make it to the car to crash him. I just broke down on the way there. But then I was like, shit,
Yeah.
man, that shit hurt.
But that
and
was
then,
probably his way of release because that happened after, like after they already, said he was dead. You know what I'm saying? It was like after he seen his brother, because remember we seen Mick Jones already up there the whole time. We seen Juwan when we was leaving. He was downstairs. But I think like that was kind of like your, in a way, like your comfort, like okay, like my little brother, my little sister, good. Like it's kind of like when that door shut. Like I can remember that door shut. It's kind of like
And then when I got to work, I was still thinking about it. You know what I mean? But somebody, my coworker, came up to me. His name was John. It was wild. I was like, yeah, my brother got killed. He's like, oh yeah, what was his name? I was like, man, his name was John. Got shot in the head 3 times. Like, damn. And he was like, man, I'm gonna go upstairs and talk to the boss, man, see if he can get you some time off. Like, nah, you ain't gotta do that. And like, man, he wanna see you upstairs. I go up there, shut the door. And our foreman name was Gary. He just shut the door. He's like, what's going on? I just broke down crying. I was like, man, my brother just got killed, and that's why I left. He said, man, you know what? Don't even worry about it. Just take the rest of the week off. You paid. You good. Like, bet. Still going downstairs crying. Everything. Imagine I'm at work. I'm like a familiar face. Everybody see me smiling and shit. Real life getting work done, helping out, just making things for the company.
But that's how I was at Steve.
I'm about to say that's our personalities. Like that's why when my man looked at me like, bro, you don't, cause I'm the one to get energy too. So it's like, bro, you ain't giving energy and you not even.
Cause I knew my energy would have messed up the whole.
It wouldn't have been real.
So
it would have just
exactly. We was just sitting around a bunch of sad people. We just
that's all I would do, just sit there, and they'd be like, "What the fuck?" Like,
yeah,
because we the ones.
Well, I think you could tell I was sad, but it wasn't
expecting it. They're expecting like, is he gonna break down? Is he going like, what is it? You know what I'm saying?
How many people was pulling me to the side, like just to talk,
waiting for you to make a move, like
no, you ain't getting that, bro. But it ain't like nothing to you, but it was just like even with my mother.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It was just, I was telling, I was like, that's crazy.
Did you think you had to be tough?
I didn't have to be. I felt like if I would have had a breakdown, I felt like
it would have been okay wherever you had to.
Yeah, I felt like it would have been okay, but I felt like if I did it, then it wouldn't have. Because the thing about death, I feel like you gotta learn to have some type of, you gotta learn how to deal with it. You know, and I feel like if we all just sitting here sad about it, then it ain't really being dealt with. You gonna sit be sad compared to when you gotta, you gotta be like, you gotta know how to hold it together. And I remember when Maul died, Miss Stacks asked me, like, you need to take some time off. Man, I was feeling like crazy, like, nah, I need to be here. I was like, I need to be here. I took all these tests and I failed it. But I think I was gonna fail it anyway, but I think I really failed it because that was on my mind. Like Maul was on my mind.
Right.
And then but I wish that, like, I think I could have got away with a lot, like use more death. I feel like I could have, like, man, I can't do this rest of the school year no more. My roommate, my best friend just died. I think I could have used that and I could have, you know what I'm saying? But things happen for a reason. But yeah, it's hard though.
Yeah, but that's the thing though. But that's what therapy helped with. You know what I mean? Like,
but I ain't saying nothing that whole therapy time, bro. I didn't say anything. Like, I didn't say anything. Like,
gotta be said,
like, I was in class. Like, remember Stevens?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember Maul that, like, we had Stevens class that morning. When Stevens came to class, Maul's seat was empty. And he was like, "Yeah, we all know." Like, pointed the seat, and the kids, like, you know what I'm saying? They just and they just.
He wild for doing that.
But like, but it's like he got like that person. Like, he was just trying to break the ice. Like, let's not forget. Like, it was messed up. He went about class like, yeah, so we gonna start with this, but he was like, yeah, it's one of those days. They like pointed at the
understand.
But they were like that kind of like every little thing at that time was like taking people off. Like everybody was getting counseling. You know what I'm saying? I remember they you know what I'm saying? Everybody was getting like counseling and things like that. So it was like every little thing. It was like that's all you hear about for about three weeks. You know what I mean?
And shit, when you used to sit beside him too, bro. Yeah, we used to sit beside him every day too. Like, we was in the same math class together.
Oh, we was roommates.
Yeah, I was roommates. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's crazy. It was a little scary, low key too. A little scary. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like what we kind of sad too was seeing his father. like when we was at the funeral, just seeing like his father, like I was like, man, because I feel like he was holding it together too.
Mm-hmm.
Like he, like, you know what I'm saying, like he was like, what's up? You know, he was talking. You could tell he was hurt, kind of like what I was doing. You could tell.
Yeah.
But he, you know, he was cool
for the kids.
I think just now, when he was at the funeral, I think it was just his whole family was there. The school was there.
Oh.
I think he was just holding it. Just his mother was going through it. You know what I'm saying? His sister, his mother, and his brother. But his father was just right there, like, you know, look just like his father. Father's right there, just, you know, like.
But I see a lot of when I go to funerals, I see a lot of fathers be the one that try to hold it back.
Yeah, but then when my father got killed, I heard my grandfather was like the really emotional one. But I can't even imagine. Yeah, like I can't imagine. That's the last I can imagine ever showing emotion of sadness. Like he could be good, like, all right, come on. But as far as like sad and emotion, like just
he never showed it.
Never. I can't, like, every time I just can't imagine that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I could just see him getting quiet, but he's kind of got like a quiet personality. So, but it's like when things I heard, it just, you know, just can't. Oh yeah, people, and see, also I still got the letters. Like people was writing me letters, like them little kids, those sixth graders and stuff. They was writing me like letters, and that was real cool though. Cause you know what I'm saying? Cause and I remember like I came in like on a Sunday. I came in real early because I didn't want nobody to be all in my face. I came like early, and they was having assembly for like the little kids, and they all at the assembly come give me hugs. Like I wouldn't know most of y'all, like, you know, but they was like, oh, then some on one of the notes, somebody put R.I.P. We just killed the club, and that was like made my day because it was like, I'm sorry, you know, I'm sorry. It was like so many sad stuff when you see that. It was like, then you know, kids they don't know his intentions was like to just
make you feel better.
Yeah, but it was like so funny because it was like fucked up, but it was like
it was the wrong message.
But like it was like I needed that, you know what I'm saying?
That's wild.
But it was like, R.I.P. We just killed the club. It was like, yeah, bro. Like I can't believe you see it, bro. Yeah, I got all them letters they sent me, bro.
That's wild.
Remember,
that is wild, bro.
Yeah. But nobody got killed though. Nobody got killed though. It was just like
I know, but that's just it's like that's not a card that you give like after that. Like, it doesn't make you feel bad, but it did make you feel bad.
The card came all at once, so I don't know. Like, it was like little kids, so you know.
But it did make you feel better.
It did make me laugh because it was like, dang, like you know what I'm saying. But his intent was probably like I don't know what to say. I don't, you know what I'm saying. Probably I don't know both of them. Like, I seen him in the hallway, but he just write something, and, you know. They probably write, you know. But I still got all the cards.
Just said, hey, you know.
I still got all them cards. I mean, Jordan went and read them a couple of times, but yeah, I still got all of them.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up, though. To still have them.
Still got them, yeah.
That's what's up, man. That was a good conversation that we had today, period.
Yeah.
Shout to y'all, man. Shout to us. Appreciate y'all for coming, man. Of course, every week. Appreciate y'all for coming every week. You know, continue to make sure y'all share, subscribe, like, comment. Bang with the gang, man. Make sure y'all follow me, Speech to God, follow him. Big Vontae on all platforms. Follow my man, Wall Street Quan, all platforms as well. You know, make sure y'all see us on Twitter. We on Twitter too. The live, you know what I'm saying? So we live on Twitter, live on Facebook, live on YouTube. Check us out. Today we did a 2-hour episode. We weren't supposed to. We was gonna do an hour, but actually the second hour was lit. Second hour was jazz. I like that second hour. So we, you know, I appreciate y'all though. Once again, see y'all next week. All right, bye.